Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday Week 9 update show. We got a lot of football to talk about, and we'll get to all of that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday Week 9 trivia question. It's a Bills trivia question. In which year was Jim Kelly drafted? I will have the answer later in the podcast. We'll get to football in just a moment. But first, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Houston Astros on becoming the 2022 World Series champions last night. They beat the Phillies 4-1 in Game 6 of the World Series last night at Minute Maid Park in Houston. And the Astros held the Phillies to just one run in this game last night. And it was just one of those games where the Phillies just took the early lead, but could not battle back and get the win. They just could not. So, my hat goes off to the Astros and becoming the 2022 World Champs. But I gotta give my credit to
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
6, 4,
The Philadelphia
7,
Phillies, excuse me.
0, 0, 5, 8, 7 is not available.
And
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
yeah, hi Leland, it's Scott. I was trying to call you because I know you wanted to talk about the World Series and the Astros and the Phillies. So if you still want to do it, give me a call. I'm podcasting right now, 1216-3754. Oh. Hello?
Hey Scott, sorry I missed the call.
Yes, hi Leland. Joining me right now is one of my friends from my adult community show choir I'm with, Leland Vincent. And he has been following the World Series. And Leland, boy, what a game last night as the Astros go on to become the 2022 World Champs, beating the Phillies 4-1. Boy, they held the Phillies to just one run. What are your thoughts on that?
Unfortunately, I mean, I grew up a Phillies fan, so I was very disappointed. The problem with the Phillies is the bats just weren't there for the last 3 games.
Yeah, that's very true.
They scored 3 runs in 3 games, and you're not going to win many games with such a bad output from your offense. And this was such a high-performance offense all year.
Yeah, and they were.
You know, at home, they were averaging about 7 runs plus every game, and after that first game of the series at home, they're getting no hit the next night, and then the following night again, just being held in check.
Yeah, you're right. And one of the big moments came in Game 4 when Astros pitcher Javier Lopez had a no-hitter, and the Phillies just got shut out in that one.
Yeah, that was very disappointing,
Yeah.
considering the offensive output they had in Game 3 when they blanked the Astros, and then the following night they can't even
And it just
not even
really...
from Bryce Harper, who was having such a good playoff run up until that night.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And it was up until that night. He had been doing quite well, but then just struggled and could not get the momentum back. But the Phillies had an amazing season, though, so you got to give them credit for that, and you got to tip your hat to that. But I got to tip my hat to the Astros and give my congratulations to them. And this was just an amazing series. It's just a shame that there won't be Game 7, but it's been a good series, though.
I mean, it was a good series. We knew coming in it was going to be a good pitching series just based upon performances by both pitching staffs throughout the year. The Phillies did not have the greatest bullpen throughout most of the year, but it came together in September in the postseason.
It very well did, and they really managed to really get to the postseason and just make their way to the World Series, and you just got to tip your hat to them for that. But this was a great series, and I want to thank you for giving your input and your thoughts about this, because this really was quite a game, quite a series, and although it was disappointing for Phillies fans, but I think that they're going to be back in the playoffs next year, the Phillies. I think they are.
Yeah, I would hope so. I'm not sure what other pieces are going to add in the off season.
Yeah.
Starting pitcher, I think the offense is where they wanted, but Castellanos didn't have such a good year. He started out slow, and I think he only had about 13 home runs the whole year, which is
Yeah,
down to
I
what
think
his
you're right.
offensive output is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we'll have to see what the Phillies do during the offseason, also what the Guardians do during the offseason as well, and besides what the Astros will do during the offseason.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Phillies come in and play the Guardians this year. I think in either August or July.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I get to a couple of games next year, and so we'll see. And so we'll see what they do during the offseason. I want to thank you for giving your thoughts about this. And the Browns are on a bye this week, and hopefully we can take Miami next week, who's playing the Bears today. So we'll just have to keep things posted. And the Cavs have been on a roll as well. So thanks for giving your thoughts about the World Series, and hopefully we'll do this again soon. And hopefully, and tell Caden not to fret. I will have him on. I will do it.
I will. My pleasure, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your show, which is such a wonderful show, and hopefully more people get to listen to your point of view and the way that you analyze, because you do an incredible job.
Thank you so much, Leland. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was my friend Leland Vincent from Notoriety Show Choir giving his thoughts on the World Series. And right now I want to get to football. So this was one of those. This is the Browns, as I mentioned, are on a bye week this week, and so. But there is plenty of other NFL action today, and one of the games that you will see today is the early games is a doozy of a one that's taking place between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets right now at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New York. And right now, I've got to give the credit to the Buffalo Bills are up on the New York Jets 14-10 at halftime, and the Bills who are 6-1 on the season are coming off a 27-17 win over the Green Bay Packers last week in week 8. In week 8 last week, the Bills have been one of the dominant teams in the AFC East and NFL this season. The Bills are 12.5-point favorites to win this game today over the New York Jets, and expect the Bills defense to really keep the Jets offense on its toes, and to keep quarterback Zach Wilson, who gets the start today for the Jets, on the ground as well. And really, and right now it's 14-10 at halftime, and I really think the Bills are going to get the win. Meanwhile, the Jets are coming off a 22-17 loss at the hands of the New England Patriots in week 8 last week. The Jets will look to bounce back and go to 6-3, where they win over the Buffalo Bills today. If they can do it, they will have to keep Josh Allen and the Bills defense out of the end zone and really score early, and they will have to jump on the Bills early if they want to get the win over the Bills today. So they have their work cut out. And right now I'm going to go over the first half highlights for that game. I'm going to do it. And so I'm gonna right now go to plays, and it's first quarter. The Bills had an interception. And it was Josh Allen pass deep right to Stephon Diggs, who was first out of bounds at the Jets 13 for 42 yards, and that's actually no, I'm at the wrong. But it was 2nd and 10. Excuse me. Josh Allen passed short right intended to Knox, intercepted by Whitehead at the New York 9. And forget what I said about the other stuff. The 1st and 10 one, the Josh Allen passed deep right to Stephon Diggs. Forget that. But that was one of the plays in that. And it was Josh Allen passed short right intended to Knox, intercepted by Whitehead at the Jets 9. ran out of bounds at the Jets 14 for 5 yards, and then the Jets had the ball. They had the punter going 3 and out, 3 yards, and 3 plays and 8 yards. Then the Bills scored their first touchdown of the game. Excuse me. And it was first and goal at the Jets 1. Josh Allen up the middle for the 1-yard touchdown. Bass's extra point is good, and they are 7-0. It was 7-0 Bills. Then the Jets got to 4th and 3 at the Buffalo 35. Greg Zuerlein's 55-yard field goal was good. It was 7-3 Bills. Then the Bills went 3 and out to punt for 3 plays and 14 yards. It was 7-3 Bills at the end of the first quarter. Then the Jets went 3 and out, had to punt after 5 plays and 35 yards. And then the Bills scored their second touchdown of the game. And it was Josh Allen left end for the 36-yard touchdown. Bass's extra point is good. And it was 14-3 Bills. Then the Jets scored their first touchdown of the game. And it was Zach Wilson passed short middle to I think it was Greg Wilson to the Jets 34 for 9 yards that was one of the plays. I did the wrong. It was first and goal at the Buffalo 6. It was Miles. I think it was Carter left guard for the 6-yard touchdown. Greg Zuerlein's extra point is good, and it was 14-10 Jets. 14 Bills, excuse me. And then the Bills got to 4th and 4 to the Jets 37, but Bass's 55-yard field goal was no good. It went wide right, and that's where we stand at halftime. It is 14-10 Bills. So the Jets still have their work cut out. They've got to score in that second half if they want to get the win in this game over the Bills today. And I have taken the Bills to beat the Jets, and so has my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle. He has taken the Bills. So that's one of our picks of the week. And we're going to get to all the other games and all the other picks in just a sec. But right now, it is time for to reveal the answer to today's Scott's Sports 101 NFL Football Week 9, Football Sunday Week 9 trivia question. Now, which year was Jim Kelly drafted? And if you said 1983, you are correct. He didn't sign with the Bills with them until August 18th, 1986, and was picked 14th. He was Buffalo's second pick that year. All right, now to get to the other NFL football action today. The early games right now, it is the LA Chargers are in their third quarter with 10:30 to go, with 10:50 to go, and it's 14-10 Chargers over the right now 14-10 Chargers up on Atlanta. The Miami Dolphins are at Soldier Field taking on the Bears. They're up 21-17 in the third quarter with 14:24 to go left in the third. At halftime, the Cincinnati Bengals are just manhandling the Carolina Panthers 35-0. And boy, Joe Burrow's having just quite a game after that big loss to the Browns on Monday Night Football last week in Week 8. And the Detroit Lions are playing the Green Bay Packers at home. And the Packers are down 8-0. Detroit leads 8-0 with 14:53 left to go in the third quarter. And the LA Raiders are in Jacksonville taking on the Jaguars. They're up 20-10 at halftime. And Jacksonville really has to work out in the second half if they want to get the win. I have taken Green Bay, the Chargers, and Miami, and the Raiders as well. And my brother-in-law is taking the Raiders, the Packers, the Dolphins, and Chargers, and the Bengals as well. So I'm going to come back with the rest of the picks and the rest of the games, of the early games and the late games, and all that right after this. Stay with us.